Alright, so once you have your service arranged the way that you want, we have all of our songs in, our pads for our ministry moments, for our prayer, all of that. I want to walk through how to mute and unmute different instruments, because if we open up these songs, we have all of these tracks, and it has the drums, it has the bass, the acoustic guitar, electric guitars, piano, all of that. So we don't need all of that in the track if we have live musicians playing those parts. So I'm going to go ahead, I opened up this big group where we see all of the instruments, and this is how you mute and unmute those tracks. So I'm just going to click the drums, we don't need that, and it turns it gray. So drums are gone. I'm going to go down to bass, we have a bass player, boom, acoustic guitar, don't need that. And then the electric guitars, it gets a little weird because if you have one guitar player, he's not going to be able to play lead and rhythm at the same time. So I try to find a good part where there's lots of instruments playing, where I feel like a electric guitar would be playing quite a bit. So let's start like here in the chorus.
Chorus, breakdown.
And you can come over here and solo the parts. So you hear that lead line is in the electric guitar 1. So I'm going to say that my guitar player is going to play that part, so I'm going to take that out. And then I'm going to listen to see what guitar 2 is playing. So that's playing more of like the beefy chord parts. So I'll probably leave that in just to fill some sonic room. And let's listen to the electric guitar 3. So I'll hit solo. Sometimes it might not even be in, or it might play a very small part. Electric guitars and worship music, it's weird. But if you open up that, you can see the waves where the guitar is playing. Alright, so it's playing some weird rhythmic ambience. I'll leave that in because I don't think we're going to have a guitar player play that part. And then piano and keys. We don't have a piano player at youth right now, so I'll leave all that in. We'll get to background vocals, what we do with those later, but Glorious Day should be good. I'll go to Waymaker. Again, drums we don't need. Percussion, when you see these tracks, it's usually playing something that's, oops, I still have something soloed. Oh, I guess not. Okay. It has just random auxiliary percussion. So I'll leave that in. And bass, we'll take that out. Acoustic guitar, electric guitar. Again, you can just open the track, see where it's playing. Alright, so maybe we have our guitar player playing that. The electric 2 isn't playing anything at that part, but let's see what the third guitar is playing. Alright, so that's super ambient. We'll leave guitar 3 in. Guitar 4 doesn't really play until the end. So it's sort of like a pad ambient, but also a lead thing. I'll just leave that in, and I'll just take out the electric 1, because I feel like that's more of the parts that our guitar player is going to play. Again, piano, keys, and all the voices, I'll leave those in for right now. Forever Yahweh, we want to take out the drums and the bass, acoustic guitar, Let's hear what the electrics are doing. Usually the electric guitars are what you really need to figure out what your live person is playing, what's in the tracks, and all that. So electric guitar 1. So that sounds like more of the beef, more of the chords, and it varies depending on who is the artist of the song. Sometimes the electric 1 is the lead, sometimes electric 2 is the lead, sometimes electric 4 is the lead. You might have like 8 different guitar parts, so electric guitars, it's tricky to figure out what's going on. So in this case, the electric 2 is playing that more lead line, so I'm going to take that out and let our live guitarist play it. Now piano, organ, keys, all the background vocals, that's all good. So we now have all of our extra stuff in the tracks and the parts that we don't need, the stuff that's being filled by live musicians, they can take care of it. Now the next thing that we have to do, for example, if we have a synth bass like we do in Forever Yahweh, we actually run this into an external line, so it's not coming through the regular tracks channel. It's actually going to its own channel on the board with a separate EQ. With that, you're going to click on this arrow, open it up. It will have the song title right here. You'll click that. You want an external out. And I'm not connected to the church Scarlet right now. We have like 8 different channels to choose from. I only have 2. So on the synth bass, we will click this drop down menu. You'll see, like I said, 6, 7, 8 different channels to choose from. And you'll click, I click 2, but on our system, you will put synth bass through channel 3. And that way it's going to its own output. So that's how you handle the synth bass. And let's say if you wanted to add these background vocals in, again, I wouldn't put them through the normal tracks channel. I would send them to the flex channel. So same thing, we'll open these up, go down here, external out, and the flex channel at the church is going to be channel 4. Again, I only have 2, but channel 4 is what all of the vocals, anything that you want in the flex, all of those will go there. So you can go through, do all of that. Not every song has a synth bass, but again, you can go through all of your background vocals, click where it has the song title, external out, and select what channel you want it to go through. So that is how you mute, unmute, and route things in Ableton. Now let's set the MIDI controller. So when we want to trigger different songs, that's what all of these little triangle flag markers are for. So if we want to trigger song 1, then what we have to do is we'll hit this MIDI button. And to set what button on the foot controller you want for each song, you're going to click this marker, this flag, and then you're going to hit a button on the controller to set the route. So for instance, if you want song 1 to be foot switch 1, then you click here, hit foot switch 1, and it's done. If you want song 2 to be on B, click the song 2 flag, hit B on the controller. Song 3, this is our pad. I usually put pads in the 5th or 6th one. It's like F or something, so I'll do that for the pads. And song 4, you can have that be on channel C or 3, whatever. And then up here, same thing, you can have your play button be any switch that you want, and same with your stop. Set it to whatever switch you need. Then we can exit this MIDI mapping mode, and you should be all set to run your rehearsal, your church service, whatever it may be.